Hello, welcome to this practice of Nadi Shodhana. Nadi Shodhana is a Sanskrit term that means channel purification. So this practice is primarily for cleansing and clearing the subtle energy channels of the body. But at the physical level, this practice harmonizes and balances the hemispheres of the brain. It also helps to bring hormones into balance, as well as infusing the body with oxygen. You've also got all of the benefits of yogic breathing, which I've went over in another video. So if you're not familiar with yogic breathing, please check out that video first, as that's going to be the foundation for this breathing practice. So yeah, it's just a really calming and rejuvenating breathing practice. You can do this any time and for any length. A few minutes is great. 10 minutes is even better. So taking the time that you have available, you might be able to implement this breathing practice into your day. So we'll get started. This session is just a preparatory practice for Nadi Shodhana. There's going to be another couple of videos on Nadi Shodhana going up the stages of the technique. So just preparatory practice today. So go ahead and get comfortable in a seated position and close your eyes. If you're not comfortable to close your eyes, you can just take your gaze down and find a single point. And just a moment here to connect with yourself, your body, your breath. Noticing your breath. We'll start with just a few rounds of yogic breathing. Feel free to use your hands on your torso if that's useful or helpful to you. So breathing in, expand and fill the abdomen. Continue to breathe in, draw the breath into the area of the ribs, and last little breath in, up into the chest. And then breathing out, releasing all the way out, and just keeping the breath flowing in and out through the nose. Breathing in, 3-part breath. So we're just establishing the movement of breath, that pattern of breath from the belly up to the chest, and then from the chest back down to the belly on the exhalation. So we're going to continue breathing in this way as we transition to Nadi Shodhana, which is also known as alternate nostril breathing. And so what we're going to do is alternate the flow of breath through the right and left nostrils. So bring your first 2 fingers of your right hand and place them lightly at the eyebrow center. Block off your right nostril with your thumb and take 5 breaths in and out through the left nostril. So using yogic breathing. After 5 rounds of breath in and out through the left, and then close off your left nostril, release the right nostril, and take 5 breaths in and out through the right side. And a last breath in and out through the left nostril. Then release the right hand down and take 5 breaths, 3-part breathing through both sides together. After 5 breaths through both the nostrils, that completes 1 round. And so we're going to continue for another 4 rounds. So blocking off the right nostril, breathing in and out through the left 5 times. Very end of each exhalation, draw your belly towards your spine gently, just to get the last of the breath out. And just mentally counting your breaths, 1 in and 1 out, 2 in, 2 out, all the way to 5, and then changing sides, blocking left nostril with ring finger, and 5 breaths in and out through the right nostril. And just making sure that the finger that's blocking off the nostril, whether that's the thumb or ring finger, isn't really pressing too hard. So it's just a light touch, just enough to gently close off the flow of air. And after 5 rounds of breath through the right side, again releasing that right hand down. 5 breaths through both sides, both nostrils. A gentle 3-part breath. So although we're utilizing 3-part breathing or yogic breathing as a foundation to this practice of Nadi Shodhana, we don't want to overdo it and stress or strain the breathing in any way. You just want to be aware of the breath moving from the belly up into the chest. Okay, and now moving into the 3rd round, again blocking off right nostril, breathing in and out 5 times through the left. And make sure you're breathing at your own pace, changing sides at your own pace. And this technique, we're not rushing or forcing the breath in any way. Being really aware of the flow of breath and the sensation of breath moving through either the right or left nostril or both nostrils together, depending on whereabouts you are in the practice. Becoming acutely aware of the breath. If you notice you start to engage with thinking, just come back to the breath. As gently as the breath is moving, return your awareness to it. A couple more rounds, and you can do these last 2 just in your own time. If you find that you have a tendency to rush through the breathing because you've set yourself 5 rounds, you might benefit from instead choosing to set yourself a timer for 5 to 10 minutes and just continuing breathing and alternating the breath for those 5 minutes until your timer runs out. And it just takes away the need to rush through the breath and the rounds of breathing. working to get the breath flowing nice and smoothly. There's a sense of fluidity to the breath. Aware of the lifting sensation of the inhale from belly to chest, and the softening and dropping of the exhalation from the chest to the belly, and that gentle bit of support as the belly draws in toward the spine end of exhalation. And once you've finished your 5 rounds, we'll just take an extra minute to be still and really just sit in the effects, sit in the space, the energy that we've created here or that we've found here. Allowing your breath to come back to its own natural rhythm. And maybe that's different to how it was before you started this practice. And just notice. Maybe noticing the sense of tranquility and peace and harmony in the body and the mind, and maybe even in the more subtle sensation of energy. Becoming aware of what the practice of Nadi Shodhana does for you. So if you're someone that likes to take time each day to sit in stillness and you have your own little meditation practice, this practice of Nadi Shodhana can be a really great way to bring everything back to balance before you sit to meditate. So a bit of a preparatory practice, stilling the mind for meditation. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you'd like. Thanks for practicing with me.